Uh,
Technology. Oh no. Got it. Good morning. Okay, somebody give me a thumbs up. Can you hear us okay in internet world? Good morning, Amber. Good morning, Ruthie. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Rachel. Okay, we're good. Hi, guys. Amy Malaya Coppets, and
Mike Brown.
I'm Tim
Welcome
today.
to team meeting, everybody. So glad you're here. We're gonna have a great time.
I love it. I love it. Do you have a dad joke for us?
Yes, Brian gave me one just now. Brian, help me out here. Why didn't the crab give to charity? Because he was so selfish. Shellfish. Yeah. Okay.
I love it. Also, can I just say we have amazing leadership here. I'm sorry y'all are stuck with us this morning.
Yes.
But it makes me appreciate Mike and Tim so much. Okay, so we are super excited to share team meeting with you this morning. We're gonna pop through these slides.
To build careers worth having,
Businesses worth owning,
lives worth living,
experiences worth giving,
and legacies worth leaving. To be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers.
and our core values are God, family, and business.
Win-win or no deal, my favorite.
Integrity, always do the right thing.
Customers always come first.
Commitment in all things.
Communication, seek first to understand.
Creativity, ideas before results.
Teamwork, together everyone achieves more.
Trust starts with honesty.
Equity, also my favorite. Opportunities for all.
And success results through people. Those are our Y4C2Ts. If you don't know them, learn them. And Keller Williams is a technology company that provides a real estate platform that our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer.
Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trainer consultant, and focuses all its activities on service, productivity, and profitability.
Okay, how many of you are doing the October book challenge?
1, 2, 3.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Online, anybody? Please just, yes, we've got some. Awesome.
Very good. The one thing. So I will say this, people outside of real estate refer to this book. So if we haven't read it and we don't read it, we need to read it. All of us need to read it. No matter what your focus is, it helps you narrow your focus to get great results. Okay, here's our calendar. Today's class has been canceled for a schedule conflict. But what happens tomorrow, Wim?
Bold Steps 2. Who is attending Bold? Awesome.
Yes, like the majority of people in this
Yes,
room. This is
and
awesome.
I'm sweating like crazy. I hope you can't tell. I've taken Bold. It's so hot up here. I tell you what, it's yeah. This is my 4th time taking Bold. You?
This is only my 2nd.
Oh, it's
So you
always
got me
good. It's
beat.
uncomfortable, but it's productive. It's rewarding. It gets you out of your comfort zone. And whenever you do that individually, it's hard to do. You know, you're at home, you're working, making your calls, but whenever you're at Bold and you have to do it as a group, it's still uncomfortable, but you have other people that's obviously doing it with you. So it makes it somewhat easier, but definitely beneficial.
Awesome. And then we've still got the rest of this month. Don't forget, you've got your chili cook-off happening on October 28th from 4 to 6:30. Do they need to RSVP to that, Rachel? Facebook event. Make sure you say you're going. That way they know how much to prepare for. And then classes on the 27th and the 29th. Mission moment. Okay, so spotlight for last week, I don't see here. It was on Rhett Smiley.
I think so, yeah.
Rhett won the Speedy Award. Do you know who Rhett? So Rhett gets to be Speedy's recipient
For 2
twice.
weeks, yes.
Next week we'll hear who he has his yes, exactly. Just win it. And this week's winner is Eh.
Good job, Brett.
Yes. Okay. Vendor guide, people and businesses we trust. We always appreciate the support of our vendor partners. Let's see who is here with us today. I see Jess Bowman with Bowman Insurance. If y'all have not talked to her, she's got some amazing products. Definitely reach out to her. We have USA Mortgage, HSA Home Warranty. Is Casey online today? Okay.
Adam McGrath with Liberty Mutual online.
Hi, Adam. Thank you so much for pitching in. And our new Onward Agent Services. I see Tori in the audience here.
Ah,
Super excited to see where this helps take everybody's businesses.
Tori's in the office. Come see her. She can help with anything.
Very good. Do we have any more vendor partners online? Okay, guys, thank you for supporting us. Okay, broker moment. I see Jim Bolin. Since I see you, yeah, here, hey, you got something.
good,
You're gonna
Jim.
have something for us.
Let's see. There's some new rules coming out. I saw it's later in the slides, right? Probably broker slides. Well, if they're not up, we'll send it out on the coming soon listings. Where there'll be no showings at all allowed. I didn't read it because I didn't have my glasses on, but I saw the slides. So we'll send it out to you. We'll make sure it's available. Other than that, really nothing. I mean, the market's shifted a little bit. Would everybody agree to that? Maybe not crazy. If it's under 200,000, it's still pretty hot. If it's above 200,000, it can be a little bit slower. And if you're in the higher end range, it's just kind of like, you better have land to go with it, is what I'm thinking. If you're going to sell that 700 plus or something like that. But, we've been doing well. We haven't any complaints. Nobody's called me. We've tried to reach out to the state and to the local board regarding the what you can put in your group name, realty, real estate, and all of that. We can't get an answer. We talked to MREC last week. The girls did. Got a very detailed response from them, and they said, don't do anything until we tell you, basically. And then as far as paying you, if you have a corporation or a entity that you want to be paid through, the state said, don't do anything until we tell you. So basically, the rule was passed, I think it's September or something, but they're not moving very quickly. So anybody have any questions about anything you'd want to answer on? That's it? Okay. It's kind of like teaching the contract class. I get the same response.
Does anybody do coming soon listings? Is it?
We've done one. It's
I have.
Everybody gets, immediately starts calling. It's just kind of crazy. The one thing we're still, obviously, this. I mean, it's a small group. I don't know how many are online, but, people still watch Keller Williams constantly. We had rapid growth from 60 to 400 plus agents now. You know what? I mean, when you have that, people are always going to look. So it's not uncommon for somebody to call the board and say, hey, you've got a single wide listed, but you don't have it listed as a modular or a single wide, and that's an error. So you're going to have to take that down or change it, or you're going to get fined. We had that last week. It had been under contract for, I think, 45 days, and it was closing the next day. But somebody contacted the board, another agent, So you can expect that. So you're going to have to mind your P's and Q's is what I'm trying to tell you. If you're a smaller company, you might be all right. But if you're in Keller Williams, you better do it right, because they're going to watch you pretty closely. They always have, and they continue to do so, which is fine. I mean, that makes us do right all the time. Thank you.
I have something to add to that. We want Keller Williams to be known for doing the right thing. So there you have it. Yep.
Veterans Day breakfast, MARN, Military Agent Resource Network. It will be November 11th at 1136 East Atlantic Street in Springfield.
If you have questions on that, reach out to Brian Fisher. He's the liaison that is working directly with the VFW on that. Upcoming events. Well,
Quantum Leap. I think that's online again, or not again. Oh,
Halloween trunk or treat. the Veterans Day breakfast, and then they've got all the different holiday items that you want to make a note of for your calendar.
For Thanksgiving potluck, you can bring something besides chili if you're not a chili expert, I take it.
Rachel just put the link on. So if you're looking in the chat box right here, we've got the link to RSVP for the Thanksgiving potluck and whatever you're going to be bringing. So we don't have too much of one item. Oh,
Oh,
look.
look at that.
It's
Look at
us.
that.
What just happened?
Oh my goodness. Can I even get hotter up here? Yep.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't know what we signed up for, Wim.
No, we just showed up.
Okay.
Yep, grab your seat and I'll grab one too. Cool. So we both know that Amy and Wim have been some of our few agents that have just held some client event, and I wanted to spotlight them. Yep, that'd be awesome. Thank you. So here's some of their pictures from their events.
Oh,
So Amy, we're going to start with you. Tell us about your client appreciation event.
Okay. This was really a fun one. So the first thing I will say is if you intend on holding a movie in the park, there are licensing fees that need to be paid for this. So don't send out your client invites until you've discovered this and paid your fees. It can range from between $200 and $1,000, depending on the movie you're choosing to show and the licensing requirements. So do your research before you pick your show. We had The Greatest Showman, and it was really fun. The Battlefield Park.
And the weather was gorgeous that day.
Thank goodness. When you're planning a client event in October, it is just a crapshoot. You don't know. And thankfully it was okay. At the nice thing about the Battlefield Park is there's a big community room that's available. You can rent that as well. So that was our backup plan. We had that rented and reserved. I think it was like $150 extra. But in the event of inclement weather, we could have moved everything inside. But we chose to do an outdoor event to help everybody feel comfortable with being COVID friendly.
Yeah. And how many did you say attended?
I think we probably had close to 100. Do you think about
Awesome.
100-ish? We had 120 RSVP. There will always be ones that RSVP and don't show up.
Yep. Always.
Mhm.
We normally see about a 30% no-show rate here at the Market Center too. So Wim, tell us about your event.
well, mine was Saturday. If you all remember, it was wonderful weather.
Monsoon.
It was a torrential downpour. So that was my first client event that I had done. It was pretty good turnout. Not a whole lot of people, but we were pretty much busy the whole time, the 3 hours we did it. So it was pleasant. So there wasn't too many people there, and we got to chat. And
So I got to know. So they were able to bottle their own honey?
yes, one of the the benefits of or the purpose of having my client event was, to connect with clients, provide value, maybe get some referrals, and to reconnect. And I didn't think about the benefit of free labor because the honey needed bottled anyways. So
Yeah.
I know one of my clients in the bottom left, he did 12 jars.
Wow.
There was another client who did 24 jars. So it was beneficial with that too.
Yeah, love that. So what was the biggest thing you learned about hosting from both of you from these events?
The biggest thing I learned was it's not going to be perfect.
Okay.
This was my first event, so I really didn't know what to expect. I actually wanted to cancel it because it was pouring down so hard. But I thought, you know what? I'm here. I've got all my stuff. I'll get set up anyways. If people show up, then great. I'll at least have this trial run. And so it was. I'm glad I did it, and I'll probably need to do another one just to catch more people.
Cool. Amy, what's the biggest thing you learned?
I would say definitely try to get your save the date cards sent out like 2 months, minimum 2 months in advance. People just get so busy or they plan things. So if you don't give them enough notice, people that would have wanted to come probably then they have something planned. They're like, well, shoot, I wish I would have known. So that's one. And then I would also say, be flexible. And the last one is that people want to hear from you personally. So if they just get your card in the mail, it can get shuffled in the trash. You don't know who really got that invite brought to their attention. It could get put with the circulars and tossed. But if you make the phone call and you have the conversation, that becomes one of your client touches, which is the whole point of having these events, is to touch your clients on a personal basis. So then you make the phone call and you say, hey, did you get my invite? And if they say no, what invite? That gives you a chance. You can screenshot it, send it to them. But when they know that you're expecting for them to come and you care about them coming, they're more likely to show up.
Yeah, that's a great point. So the whole purpose of throwing an event is not the event itself. It's the calls that you're in the lead generation you're going to do up into the event, inviting them, letting them know that the event has happened. And then after the event, it's then calling and following up. So even for those people that weren't able to attend, following up and say, hey, I missed you. We wish you were there. I'll let you know when we have it again. And that's the perfect way to stay in touch. So how many from your clients, did you get any referrals that day during your events?
For me, one client, one client may sell his home.
Okay.
Another client is maybe selling his lake lot, and he also may be buying something in town. So yeah.
That's a pretty good day.
Yep, yep.
Amy, did you get anything from yours?
So I have one client that is going to sell. He's decided he doesn't love the neighborhood that he's in,
Okay.
but we talked about it and he's right in that in between 1 and 2 years. We don't want him to have to pay capital gains tax. So we came up with a plan for him, but in another 8 months or so, he'll be selling and buying something else. And then we have 3 people that indicated that they either have a friend that wants to buy or sell soon for me to follow up with them about it, and another 3 that said they would like a free evaluation on their current market value of their home. So we can call and visit about what that's about.
And when we're talking about events, it doesn't have to be anything out of the box. It's more of what do you love? And like with WIM and beekeeping, I mean, that's the perfect thing. And having them bottle your own honey.
We chatted about beekeeping. I brought a bee box, and so we talked a little bit about that. I really didn't talk anything about real estate except for the people that just asked me. I didn't have to start that conversation. And since I did it here at the market center, I also gave some tours around. So people were really impressed of everything we have. So then they also keep me top of mind if they know of anybody that is looking to become an agent as well, because of, our cool building, our rooms and vault. I showed them that. So it was pretty cool.
You were the notification I got. I was like, who's popping up in the video vault this weekend?
Yes.
So that's funny. So there's probably a lot of agents that thought about doing client events, but they're a little bit hesitant to. What advice would you give them? And I know you kind of mentioned just don't be scared, but is there anything else that maybe I didn't ask you, you should give them advice on?
Get to your event in plenty of time so you're not
Okay.
scrambling at the
Got it.
last minute.
Uh-huh.
I knew it. I'm more of a shoot, fire, then aim kind of. I'm kind of bipolar actually, because some things I have to have perfect. Other things it's like, let's just do it and see what happens. So just try to prepare as best as you can. It's not going to be perfect, but send your notifications. I didn't do 2 months in advance. I did more like 3 weeks. So that sounds like a better idea. But yeah.
Cool. Amy, do you have any other advice?
I would say don't be overwhelmed by the idea of having an event. And even if you just have a small sphere, get started now with the size sphere that you have. It doesn't have to be a big old massive thing. I mean, I've been in business 10 years, so my database is a lot larger than a lot of people. And then my budget, I set aside money all year for the event. But, and I've maybe 3 years of doing big events, 3 or 4. Yeah. Yep. We've done 2 at Rutledge Wilson, 1 here at Battlefield, and then last year a photo thing.
Love the photo thing. My picture actually just popped up as a memory the other
It
day.
was so fun. Yeah. So do something small, and you can do something small and manageable at a coffee shop. You could set up in a back room of a coffee shop and invite your clients to drop by and buy them a cup of coffee, and, maybe collect goods to donate for Harmony House or one of your favorite local charity, or the schools that need the coats for kids or something like that. So it doesn't have to be huge to make an impact.
Tell me about your photo event.
So last year, because of COVID, we weren't able to get everybody together in one place. So Tish had this genius idea. She was like, why
Of
don't
course she did.
she's like, why don't we, she'd read it in some networking group or an idea that, you stay in tune on these Facebook pages of another company who had done it, and it made perfect sense. So we took our photographer that we used, we paid her for the day, and then rented a little spot in a building downtown with really pretty brick walls and pretty background, and then rented a whole bunch of vintage furniture and sent invitations to clients to fill in their spot. So the families were coming, and maybe only one or two families were overlapping at a time, because they would have a little 30-minute window for a private session for their family photos. And it actually worked out really well. Everybody loved it. We saw a lot of people using those pictures on their end of year greeting cards for their friends. Oh yeah, Tish sent out a color scheme and a kind of an idea of here's what our backgrounds are going to look like, and
I never would have thought of that.
oh yeah, made it really different. It was super fun to see what your clients came up with. I have one client that she's a florist, and so she brought a whole bunch of her favorite house plants and set those up around and she was watering, and then her husband loves Rubik's cubes, so he sat on the couch and he was spinning his Rubik's cube, and they had the boy that likes to play the violin, they had him, so it was like a very character piece, them doing. And then Tim McCall and his family showed up in full on 1920s, roaring 20s clothes that they just threw together, but it looked fabulous. So it was really fun to see everybody's take on what they wanted as their family photo.
That's great. And so as we're thinking about end of the year, we have some agents that do pie giveaways. So towards Thanksgiving, you'll see 3 or 4 agents that have spots around the market center where their clients can come in and get pies and whipped cream and things like that for the holidays. Another thing, when we went through Bold, they said, why don't you have a top 20 client event? And no one has to know that they're your only 20 clients. It doesn't matter. It's their top 20. So it makes them feel special in that way.
Yeah, my text through command was something like, "Hey, my favorite client, please or the client appreciation event is this Saturday." And so when they came in, they're like, "So I'm your favorite client." And then the second one came in and said the same thing, and then so it was a funny but awkward moment there.
Sounds like when you have to deal with your children. No, you're my favorite. No, you're my favorite.
We assign days of the week for that.
That's so fun.
We're trying to do more and more events. So in January, we've got our vision board event that's going to be happening down here. And any of you all that want to come, or just let me know, you're welcome to come. But it's fun helping your clients put together their dream and their vision for the following year.
Yeah, I would say if you're on the fence of doing an event, find something that you're passionate about and just really run with that. And that's going to be the best way, because it will show your passion to your clients as well. Anything else you'd want to tell our agents about events, or any ideas you're thinking about doing for next year? Do you think you'll do the same event next year?
I may have another one just because it was a torrential downpour. So gives everybody else a chance to attend. But I've been thinking about a photo event of sorts. I really like that idea. So
Yeah, and I also think about the Grady's, just how their client event out in the parking lot. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but they had 400 people there. They were giving away pumpkins. They had a big screen playing the football game. Sean's coffee truck was there, so that was a lot of fun. So being able to utilize the space here at KW is a great option as well. Does anyone have any questions for our 2 panelists? Jim? The
he's
movie
always liked the
theater?
movie theater idea for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gwen Phillips actually did that a couple years ago with Frozen. I think they dressed up and they rented out the Alamo for Frozen. Yeah. Yeah, character. That's awesome. That's a great idea. Yeah, I don't know if you can rent the movie theaters for private.
Yeah, you can.
Ooh, man. Yeah. That night, yeah. Mhm. But that's perfect. Who cares? When you're in the movie theater, you never know what time it is. I'd rather be awake instead of falling asleep in the movie.
Who else in here has done a client event?
Brian,
Brian, what'd you do?
hold on. Hold on. Wait.
Up.
Wait. Got my fast heels on today.
Gather your thoughts, buddy. It's coming towards you.
Yeah. So mine was super small. And it was just grilling in the park. It was literally just a park day because I didn't have a huge budget, and that was how I wanted to connect because I like to grill and I like being around people when I do. And I've done a lot of mini client events where I actually do just target 5 to 10 people, and I'll do an event like a wine tasting or a bourbon tasting that's just very purposeful for people that like those particular hobbies. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and
Anybody else?
tagging off of our holiday, or excuse me, our chili cook-off this week too in costume.
So I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to once I actually get clients that have purchased and are in my database. Well, they're in my database. I could do it really anytime, but I'm a volunteer at Rescue One. So doing a pet event where it just comes, because sometimes they just need people to come and snuggle with the dogs, just literally come over and pet the dogs. But also donation drive for them, as well as maybe someone gets adopted. So that's what I'm working toward.
Elise Riley, she works with Rescue One as well. That's how I got my other dog. She brought one dog into the office, and then I had to take her home. She was too cute. So, yeah.
Anyone else?
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for your time today, and thank you for hosting team meeting. Yeah.
You
You're
bet.
welcome.
Thank you.
We do
for
have
having
chili
me.
cook-off this Thursday, and it's a costume contest. And the Market Center leadership team, I don't know, but we won the last 2 years, so we're coming in strong again this year. So I can't wait to see it. Yeah, so 4 to 6 here at the Market Center. Bring your chili. I think last year we had like 15 chilies. And if you weren't here last year, this is when this part of the basement and the main floor was not done. So we were all upstairs, like in 6 of us in one office, and it was this big, huge event. So hope you guys can make it and bring your chili, bring your costume, and we can't wait to see you. Okay, bye guys.
Thanks.